Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're gonna be looking at Star Wars The Black Series Omega Mercenary Gear from Star Wars The Bad Batch. Now initially I wanted to skip all the Bad Batch figures from the second season because I was satisfied with the ones that I have from the first season. With a lot of figures coming out and the prices going up, I have to pick and choose. But for this new Omega that comes with two different head sculpts, I saw that it is possible to use one of those heads on the body from the first season, and that's why I decided to get this one. This new Omega is much more accurate, a much more complete figure than the first one, but before we take a look at the figure, let's check out the packaging. It's a plastic-free Galaxy type packaging that is now retired. Here on the back of the box we have a promo render shot of the figure and a short bio. She is number 18 in the Bad Batch line. On the side we have a nice artwork, but in my opinion she doesn't look like Omega. I know that it's an animated character, but we had the same thing with Padawan Ahsoka. It's not a big deal. More important is that the figure looks good. On the other side of the box we have the figure with her accessories, and it says that the size of the figure is 4.6 inches or 11.6 centimeters. On the front we get another render of the figure in the same pose as on the back of the box. That's enough about the packaging. Let's now take a closer look at the figure. This is a nice looking head sculpt. This one has a helmet on it, and we have a few different colors that is accurate to the show. All of the Bad Batch figures from the second season have much more bright and vibrant colors, so the same goes for this Omega here. The eyes are well done. We can see that this is like an angry face. Here in the back underneath the helmet we can see the hair, and the sculpt is really nice. The outfit looks good. The jacket is an overlay piece, but then you get the sleeves on the arms. Here we have a strap around her wrist, and then a strap that goes over her shoulder. It's connected to the belt and it's all one piece. Here in the back we can see a peg hole for her bowcaster. There isn't much paint on the belt and on the strap. We have this small detail here that has some black and silver paint on it, and the grayish silver buckle. She has a red shirt underneath, and then nicely sculpted pants, some wrinkles, and the boots also look good. It's a fairly simple figure, but a great improvement from the first Omega that we got. Let's now take a look at her accessories. First we have an alternate head, and this is the main accessory, the main reason why I decided to get this new Omega. This looks much better. As we saw, the face on the figure is kind of like angry action face, and this one is much more relaxed, like a happy smiling face, and this looks really good. The hair is nicely sculpted all around, as you can see. It looks like there is a little bit of weathering, but I'm not sure. I don't think there is. It's probably the way that it's sculpted and the way that light hits the surface, and then there are shadows, you know. So I wouldn't say that there is a wash, but definitely an improvement. This head sculpt looks beautiful. Here are the two heads side by side, just to compare them. As you can see, there is a ball peg underneath, and now here is our Omega without her helmet. So this looks really good. And here you can see when we compare the two, this is the first Omega from the first season, you can see that the likeness to the character is much better on this new one. I mean, this was probably good when it was released, but in comparison it just doesn't look like the character. So I'm really satisfied with the new one. And so now I can use this head on this body. We can try it out, and yeah, this will work much better for me. Next, this new Omega also comes with her folded bowcaster, and this is a really nice looking sculpt. We have a metallic gold paint with dark gray on the sides, and yes, it does look really good. And even though you can't unfold this bow, because you get the unfolded bowcaster as well, and we'll take a look at it in a second, but even though this is a folded one that can't be splayed open, for some reason these two parts can be unpegged. You can see that there are pegs on both of them, and there is a peg hole in the middle, and you just connect them back. But down here it's all one piece. You can't separate these parts. You can see that here we have a peg, and we can attach attach this folded bowcaster to her back, like this, and it looks really good. As mentioned, she also comes with an unfolded bowcaster that looks like this, and although it's a similar design, a similar sculpt to what we got with the first Omega in the Black Series line, when we compare the two, you can see that the new one is smaller than the previous one. It's the same design, a little bit of change in the color, because this upper part here is completely gray, while this one has some gold parts in it. But in terms of design and the look, it is practically the same thing, but a little bit smaller. And the sculpt does look good. We can see the engraved lines here. Here it looks like we have a hinge, but the thing is not movable. You can't do anything with this. This is sculpted in one piece like that. We have some nice translucent pink plastic here, and all in all, I'm really satisfied with how this bowcaster turned out. Let's now take a look at her articulation. The head is on that huge ball joint, and that gives us some nice range of movement. She can look down this much, up this much. The head can tilt side to side, and it can rotate 360. I feel like there is some kind of butterfly joint, but it doesn't do much. Arms rotate 360. They move out this much. Single bend in the elbow gives us this much, and the elbow swivels. Right hand has the up and down hinge, left hand has in and out. There is a cut down here behind the belt, so we get side to side movement, a little bit of tilt. She can crunch forward this much, back this much. This figure still has a tie cut. Legs move out this much, they move forward this much, back this much. We have a single bend in the knee, and the knee swivels. There is a boot cut for some reason. Feet move forward this much, back this much. We have a nice ankle pivot and peg holes at the bottom of her feet. So for such a small figure, I would say that the articulation is really good. Let's now compare Omega with some other figures. Here she is with the Black Series Omega from the first season and the Black Series Wrecker. Here she is with the Black Series Hunter and the Black Series Crosshair. And here she is with the Black Series Tech and Echo. So all in all, I would say that this is a nice looking figure. It's a definite upgrade in comparison to the first Omega. The likeness is much better, the articulation is great, and we even get more and better accessories that give us more posing options. So I'm happy with this release, but now I would love to hear you guys. What are your thoughts about this figure? Do you plan on getting it or not? Do you agree that this Omega is better than the first one? Let me know down in the comments. Stay tuned for a posing video for this Omega, and in the meantime, check out my other videos. There are a lot of them on the channel. I hope you'll find something entertaining. Special thank you goes to my supporters on Patreon. Your support means a lot to me because you help me to continue making these reviews and posing videos. If anyone else can support the channel in that way, check out my Patreon page, link is down in the description. If not, nevertheless, thank you all for watching because that helps as well. Now I'll go back to work and I'll see ya in the next video.